Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to go over all of the new Master Set players from the Spreadsheet Hockey event, put them into a nice tier list, and see which cards are worth going after. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel for the most up-to-date news, tips, and info. All right, let's get into the video. All right, guys, now I do need to mention that with the Milestones event being 89 overall players, a lot of these cards are extremely similar to the prior event, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it just reduces the excitement and overall like hypeness of a new event if it's very similar statted. So just keep that in mind, because while the overalls, they're really trying to slow down on the power creep by releasing higher overall cards. It looks like November is capped at 89. The next event in December, starting in December, we're going to get 90 overall. So just keep that in mind, and I think that does have an impact on my tier rankings because obviously if cards released 2 weeks ago, Master Set players are the same rating, obviously they're going to be a higher tier just from the prior video because they came out earlier. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go over the tier list for all of the Master Set players. All right, starting off in the C tier, we're going to start with UC Sorrow. So, unlike other videos and whatnot, I'm going to give you guys some actual in-game action to explain some of my choices for these rankings. Now, I'm not going to lie, I went 0-4 in Champs and Rivals Burst. I'm in Division 2, so I'm playing very good players. That being said, he made saves I didn't expect him to make, but the ones that he let in are the ones that always go in, and they actually seemed, the far side snipes seemed to go in a little bit more, and that's to be expected with a goaltender that's 5'11". The other thing is, that was with all of his abilities activated. Like I said, he did make some saves that I did not anticipate him making, especially cross-ice ones, and not just the one-timers that every goalie saves, some ones that where he got across in extremely fast. It's unfortunate, guys, but until they figure out how to make goaltenders that are smaller have the same advantages or different advantages than taller ones, they're just never going to be as competitive, and that's just how it is. Unfortunately, it's been like that for the last few years. So that was with all of his abilities activated. If you take all of these off, and it sucks having to use 11 ability points on a goaltender, just not worth it. UC Sorrows is definitely in the C tier. This is a hard avoid, and if you pack him untradeable, I'd try to see what you could get for him, but that is what it is with UC Sorrows. All right, next up in the B tier, I can't stand Mitch Marner cards just from the way I play. For the last 3 seasons of Hockey Ultimate Team, I've never really liked his card. He always gets bumped off the puck very easily, and I noticed from this card, it's not much different. He has 91 speed and 91 acceleration. I had Fly the Zone and Gladiator on him. Defensively, he's just not bumping anyone off the puck. I noticed that a lot. And Gold Elite Edges, that definitely seems snappy. It just further hammered home my point of Elite Edges being one of the best abilities, because left and right movement was phenomenal on Mitch Marner, but everything else just seemed really underwhelming. And again, he just gets bumped off the puck so easily, and it's unfortunate. But Mitch Marner, in my opinion, is in the B tier. If you are looking for a right-handed winger, there are just better options you could go out and get. All right, moving on to the A tier, and I'm not going to lie, I almost put William Karlsson in the B tier. Here is the issue and why he is in the A tier for me. Gold Quick Draw is one of the best abilities. It is 6 points, so it is quite a lot, but you win almost every draw if you are someone who is knowledgeable on the face-off circle, and that is what happened when I've used William Karlsson. He was phenomenal. Elite Edges, I did not notice on him, and he had 93 agility. I had Thief activated on him. He felt very sluggish, not really fast, could not get any separation, and what's worse is he got bumped off the puck just the same as Mitch Marner did. So while I thought that he might have a lot more value just because of Gold Quick Draw, and I think that is important because no other cards outside of Olli Jokinen, for example, the Team Builder version. But the problem with Olli Jokinen is he's so much bigger, he never gets knocked off the puck. William Karlsson, I would probably make other players than William Karlsson unless I didn't have Olli Jokinen and I really needed someone that could win me faceoffs. But yeah, just really not worth making in my opinion, unless you're extremely rich in God Squad team, maybe for the 4th line or 3rd line for penalty kills, and if you really need to win a draw. But yeah, man, just wasn't worth it. Not what I anticipated, and he really got knocked off the puck almost as easy as Marner. All right, on to the S tier. We've got the 89 Charlie McAvoy, and this is going to depend on what you did in the prior event. He does have 2 skating synergies if you have Buzzing and Workhorse or Spark activated, which is pretty tough to do just currently in the game because there's not a ton of players that offer both and things like that. If you made Mike Green, there is no point in making Charlie McAvoy, in my opinion, because they are essentially the exact same card. And I actually enjoyed Silver Elite Edges, I think, more than Silver Shutdown, just because I think I'd rather have Stick 'em Up for the cost. And Elite Edges on Mike Green, at least, I noticed. Everything else is essentially the exact same. Seeing Eye, Heat Seeker, they are the same card. Mike Green's phenomenal. Charlie McAvoy is going to be an S-tier right-handed defenseman, so I would probably choose between one or the other. It really doesn't matter, but he is an S-tier defenseman currently in the game. And then lastly, in the S-tier, we've got the 89 Jacob Slavin. I made this card on the no money spent team because I think he is an extremely good defenseman in this game. So if you get buzzing activated, he's got 90 speed, 89 acceleration. It's his abilities. I think that this is probably the best best trio of abilities for a defenseman. Maybe having truculence instead of quick pick, and maybe stick him up as a gold ability instead of shutdown. But those are absolutely phenomenal abilities. He's huge at 6'3", 207. Great body checking, great defensive awareness. If you do not have a left-handed defenseman, this is definitely one you should make. The only scenario in which I probably wouldn't is if I already had Bowen Byram as the Spotlight Master Set and OEL, because then you're kind of overloading that third pairing when you don't really need to. I have Bowen Byram, did not make OEL, so I made Jacob Slavin to push Bowen Byram down a pair, or down to the second pair. But this looks to be an absolute nuts card, and definitely one that you can hold on to for a while because he's got 90 speed and he's 6'3". I mean, you can't raise height. So it is what it is. Jacob Slavin, in my opinion, is the best one from this event. Depends on your team build, obviously, but safe to say that he is an S-tier defenseman. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.